So we wanted to kind of come back and talk about the Idaho killings. Thank you for all the views, by the way. It has been awesome to watch. People really interested in this case. I'm interested uh, as a college student. It matters. So there's been a huge update in the case this morning. Really, last night the police dropped an update, and well, there's been a major reversal. So the police said at first, "Hey, this is not a targeted attack. Oh my god, everybody freak out." Then they said, "Oh, actually, this is a targeted attack. Everyone's okay. Just be careful." And now, and everyone was still on guard because, well, dude, there's still a suspect at large with a giant knife. Well, then the police said, so now, then the police are saying, now that, oh, well, there's a major reversal. You should be worried. Holy crap. Be careful. Okay, well, I'm not sure if you know this, but everyone is scared. So this has caused more confusion than there should be, and there's a lot of questions. I think there's a miscommunication issue. I think this is a crisis. I think as a communications major in college, they should have a communications director answering the questions, not the police chief, not anyone else. Let the police chief say what he needs to say, brief the person. That's how they need to do it, because this is a big mess and it's getting people all riled up. But let's see if we can. Oh, we can't, so I actually have to do it. Let's go view this video, um, so that we can how I put it, view this video. But let's go ahead and see what they're saying.
It has been more than 2 weeks since four Idaho college students were found murdered. Police in the college town of Moscow, Idaho, as Poppy was saying, have said all along that they believe this was a targeted attack. Now they're clarifying that statement, though, creating a little bit of confusion. A lot of
A little bit? Okay, only a little bit.
confusion, actually, as students
There
and
you go.
residents have held a candlelight memorial service last night. You can see all the people who were there. As police were also talking, as this was going on, about a miscommunication they had with the county prosecutor's office.
So it looks like people don't know how to talk to each other. Oh, okay, there's a killer on the loose and we're not going to get our departments in the same page. We're not going to get our facts straight. We're not going to get our story straight. This is what we pay for when we pay for police, ladies and gentlemen, for them to miscommunicate when there's a killer at large who just stabbed 4 people to death. Okay.
CNN's Veronica Miracle is live this morning near Moscow, Idaho. And Veronica, this has been the big question that has been plaguing this, which is what police are saying, what they aren't saying, and what we still do not know about what happened here.
That's right, Caitlin.
Very
And a
windy
lot of this
there.
confusion in the last 12 hours seems to be around the notion that two or one of the specific roommates were specifically targeted. I'm going to read just part of their statement that they released last night. Detectives do not currently know if the residents or any occupants were specifically targeted, but continue to investigate. Police haven't answered our questions about this confusion, kind of the going back and forth. But I think here in the community, all that really matters is that a suspect still hasn't been arrested.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Whatever your guys' problem is and you guys can't communicate like adults, like professionals, there's still a dude out there, possibly a lady, but I guarantee it's a dude. Oscar says, watch me be wrong on that. Yeah, I know. But there's a dude out there, a suspect out there, still at large who could come back. Still at large. And you guys still can't get your act together. Okay.
The unsolved fatal stabbing deaths of 4 University of Idaho students leaves the Moscow community with grave uncertainty and little information more than 2 weeks after the attack.
You're just gonna have to love each other. You guys are just gonna have to hug each other.
The university held a vigil Wednesday where the family spoke about their loss.
She was just such a great kid, such a perfect little baby, and so just smart and funny and beautiful.
That's the most important message that we have for you and your families, is to make sure that you spend as much time as possible with those people, because time is precious and it's something you can't get back.
That was one of the most difficult things to watch. Let's put this back. It was just so sad, watching those parents go up there crying their eyes out. The grief that those parents are feeling, I can't. I don't even know that I can imagine it. I can only imagine it, but I don't think I can imagine it in the right way as a parent. So for all parents, I would say, I know for me, I helped raise my little sister. I'm holding her a lot tighter every day and giving her a big hug because she's my baby girl. But hug your kids. Tell them how much you love them. Spend more time at the dinner table talking instead of being on the phone. Go out for a coffee or something. Watch a movie at home. Because you never know what precious time is gonna end. You never know when it's gonna end.
With those people, because time is precious and it's something you can't get back.
That's right.
Victims Kaylee Gonsalves and Madison Mogan were childhood friends. Gonsalves' dad spoke about how they met.
6th grade, they just found each other, and every day they did homework together. They came to our house together. They shared everything. And in the end, they died together in the same room, in the same bed. And it's a shame, and it hurts. But the beauty of the two always being together is something that it comforts us. It lets us know that they were with their best friends in the whole world.
Now that's even sadder. That is so sad. That is so sad that these poor young girls were best friends, and they not only started together, they died together. That hits right at the heart. If you don't cry at that, I don't know. I'm not crying right now at it because I watched it and cried enough, but off camera I'm gonna cry. I don't know how you can't cry at that. That is just bizarrely, it is so shameful they had to die, but that they died together knowing that each of them was there. Oh man, that just strikes at the heart.
A spokesperson for the Moscow Police Department told Fox News they are starting to receive forensic testing results related to the investigation. This comes as police are now clarifying previous statements made by the Latah County Prosecutor's Office that said the murders were targeted and isolated. It's unclear why the police's latest statement says detectives do not currently know if the victims were targeted, as several previous on-the-record statements and on-camera comments have specifically cited this incident as a targeted attack. Investigators have
They have stated it over and over and over again. This is a targeted attack. This is a targeted attack. This attack could be targeted. And here we go. They're retracting it. What? It's just terrible confusion they're causing.
retraced the victims' whereabouts on the night of the murder and combed through the off-campus house where the four lived in, but still have not named a suspect. On Tuesday,
that's perfect.
authorities removed cars from the crime scene. The Idaho State Police has provided heightened security for the campus and the community, given the mounting fears a murderer is still at large.
I thought it would make me feel safer, but it doesn't, because it just reminds me that there's still someone out there.
That someone could be a neighbor. That someone could be a fellow student. That someone could be a cop.
Yes, certainly here in the community, everywhere you go, there is an increased security presence. Idaho State Police everywhere, just trying to make the community feel safe. Caitlin.
Yeah, it's so funny because they say, "Oh my," and sorry for the background noise. They don't care that I'm filming. It doesn't make them feel safe. And by the way, having cops in your neighborhood is not safe. A lot of people, "Oh my God, police are the best thing in the damn world." Police don't care about saving your life. They really don't. And they're still a suspect at large. So of course they're not going to feel safe. Of course they're going to feel like, well, this makes no sense.
Yeah, you can see why they don't. Veronica, thank you for that report.
Let's discuss now. I want to bring in CNN's chief law enforcement and intelligence analyst, Mr. John Miller. Good morning to you.
It is so weird seeing Don Lemon in the morning, given his show was a colossal failure at night.
This story is fascinating in the sense that this is a small town, right? And they don't have anyone yet. Initially, they said that they didn't think it was a threat to the public, and now they're saying that it possibly is a threat to the public. What do you make of all this?
Well, I think they're getting tied up in semantics, which is a symptom of not having a break in the case that they can talk about that's newsworthy. So people are going back, trying to interpret statements word by word. I think what you have here is, You're now going into the third week of the case. That means there's been enough time for DNA results and other things to come back. Of course, what they're looking for there is who are the known contributors, the victims and people who lived in the house. Where's that unknown contributor? They take the unknown DNA, they put it in the CODIS system with the FBI. That gives them two things. One, everybody who was arrested on a felony who supplied DNA. So that's a good start. Is there an unknown contributor that rings in CODIS? But second, it gives them all the DNA that's been in the system that was recovered at other crime scenes that isn't identified. So if it doesn't lead them to a person, it can lead them to another crime scene.
So there's an important piece there. What if this killer, and an FBI official said that maybe this isn't the killer's first time. What if the killer has other crimes linked to them and same DNA, similar DNA, and oh look, we connected it to this crime scene too. Huh. Oh, that's crazy. So now they have more evidence against whoever they catch, saying, look, we got your DNA here. Uh it's not just other people are trying to go word by word. They're trying to go word by word. It's not, it's, yes, it's the semantics, as he said. He's the chief investigator, so I'm not going to go against him. They don't have a suspect, and they're kind of struggling a little bit. They're panicking. I just think it's a level of unprofessionalism, because you should not be going back and forth like this. If I'm a member of the community, I'm angry that the police are going back and forth like this. You got a bunch of head honchos not knowing what to say here, and not knowing how to do their jobs, not knowing how to communicate.
So all
It's
those
a
wheels
shame.
are turning now, and those clues are going to be coming in and run down.
So they have said nothing about a suspect. Does that mean they don't know anything about a suspect? Does that mean they're just not ready to say it yet?
So that's a great question. Yesterday they said, we have not named a suspect, to clarify, but that doesn't mean there hasn't been a suspect. They have been through a handful of suspects that have risen and fallen as their alibis have checked out, and they'll go through more.
And again, I mean, I've seen that. The ex-boyfriend was called, then the two extra roommates, then the driver that drove Madison and Caitlin Maddie Mogan, and I think Hogan, but Mogan and Caitlin Gonzalez home. You know, the guy at the food truck, Maddie Hoyer, the girl, I think that's her name, who was also a sorority sister. I mean, there's a lot of people that have checked out. Oscar, our good friend of the show, Oscar Montiel, said, we should probably look at the roommates. And I got to do a video on why that theory actually makes a lot of sense. And it's crazy. But yeah, maybe they do have a suspect. I don't know. But they actually can't say that because they don't want the suspect to go, right, and go hiding. So I don't know.
That doesn't mean there hasn't been a suspect. They have been through a handful of suspects that have risen and fallen as their alibis have checked out, and they'll go through more.
But are the kids safe?
So
all those college students.
So let's talk about
Good
yes,
question.
but no. I mean, there's an increased police presence. The state police is now patrolling the campus and the town, along with local authorities. But until we know the who and the what and the why, it's hard to say.
Yep.
This targeted discussion, targeted or not targeted, has some meaning. Whoever went to that house.
Before I let that continue, let me put this back a little bit. Before I let that continue, yeah, it's yes or no, yes and no. Okay, cool. There's cops securing the campus. All right, cool. They're patrolling the area, but they can't patrol at my house, at my doorstep. They can't be inside my house. They can't go through the back door. They can't do all of that. There's not enough police for that. There's too many houses. There's too many people. I still feel unsafe. There's a suspect at large. That's a problem.
Targeted or not targeted, has some meaning. Whoever went to that house came there deliberately. It appears with the intent to kill everyone inside.
Absolutely.
Armed with a particular weapon that they probably brought for that particular purpose.
Yep.
Were they targeting the house? Were they targeting an individual inside? Or was it always just going to be everybody? That's what they're struggling in the why department. So the more random this is, if it's a drifter who said, I'm going to go in that house and kill everybody, the less everybody's safe. If it's something to do with one or more of those people, then it's contained. But until they either know that answer or tell us that answer, it's hard to assure everybody everything's safe.
Yeah, no one's been arrested.
Yeah, and we're left to wonder. Yeah. Thank you very much, John Miller. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so I mean that is a good point right there. No one's been arrested, and again, there's different motives. Did the guy say, you know, hey, I'm gonna go kill everybody in that house. I'm going for it. Or was there a point where it was, hey, I want to go kill Maddie, I want to go kill Caitlin, I want to go kill Ethan Chapin, or you know, any of those people, like, or Xana, you know, did they know either one of them, right? And that is the crucial part of it, which is why this happened. The point is that doesn't matter. The point is I mean, it does, right? The point is, it's been for so long that this is happening, and people are really, really going crazy, going, oh my god, is this gonna be right? Like, is this targeted? Is it not targeted? Are we safe? Are we not safe? I can't imagine the in-person students that have to put up with that. And honestly, I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. You know, it just can only imagine what that's like.